Okay, hello everyone. I was guided today to do the piles on camera, so here we go. We are doing a message from Archangel Michael today, and there are our piles. I'm now going to open the energy and let you pick your piles. Here we go. Okay, the energy is open. If you haven't picked your pile yet, you can pause the video and do so, but I'm to get started with my first group. All right, this is your pile. There's your first card. Make a commitment. The prayer. Archangel Michael, as the angel of courage and confidence, I call upon you to lend me your strength. Allow me to commit to myself, my life, and my divine purpose. Please clearly guide me so I can fully open my heart to every experience. Okay, I'm going to read that again because I kind of stumbled on it. Archangel Michael, stumbling already. Archangel Michael, as the angel of courage and confidence, I call upon you to lend me your strength. Allow me to commit to myself, my life, and my divine purpose. Please clearly guide me so I can fully open my heart to every experience. Okay, we're going to leave that one up here. Will he stand? Stand up? Sorry, I'm knocking everything over. Okay, so commitment, make a commitment. All right, so some of us, maybe all of us, probably all of us watching this, if you chose this pile, are not committing fully 100% to our life, to ourselves, and to our divine purpose. And that's easy to do, right? We have so many things competing with ourselves, committing to ourselves, committing to our lives, and committing to our divine purpose. There's so many things competing, right? You know, I don't even have children, and I can imagine people that have children, how that is. There's work, there's spouses, there's partners, there's family, there's friends, there's, you know, all kinds of things. Children, of course, pets, everything. You know, they're all part of it, and they're all guiding us and helping us on our path, for sure. But at some point, we have to make a clear commitment to ourselves, to our life, and to our divine purpose if we are going to really, truly live that and be that, right? So what else do you want? What other things do you want to say? What decks do you want me to get to talk about this? Okay, yeah. So, interesting deck. This isn't really an oracle deck. It's a book of a deck of quotes from Conversations with God. It says Conversations with God, Divine Wisdom's card. I don't know if you've ever read Conversations with God, but if you haven't, it's they're interesting books. I mean, he does have some bias that comes through. I read the first three. You know, read them the minute they came out. After I read the first one, I read the other two the minute they came out, because I love them so much. I tried to read the fourth one. I guess I had, you know, evolved on my path to a point where I could see his bias in the fourth one, and I just couldn't read it. So, and maybe it's just a resistance I have to what he's saying. Who knows? But some of the things he's saying, not all of it, just some of it. But anyway, but the first book and the first three books in particular, I really enjoyed. I don't know if you read them, if you enjoyed them, what you think. But regardless, these are the cards that I am being called to use for this group. In this conversation about committing to ourselves, our lives, and our divine purpose. Okay. Here we go. This is the card they want. Hell is the opposite of joy. It is unfulfillment. It is knowing who and what you are and failing to experience that. This is the perfect card for this, to follow that. It is being less. That is hell. And there is none greater for your soul. But hell does not have to exist as this place you have fantasized. But hell does not exist as this place you have fantasized. Okay, so what this tells me is if you haven't committed fully to yourself, to your life, and to your divine purpose, You are feeling probably unfulfilled, which is the opposite of joy, which is hell, right? It's when you know who you are, who and what you are, but you're failing to experience that. That's the hell, right? If you don't know, it's fine, right? You don't know who and what you are. You just keep living, and you're not tortured by this sense of unfulfillment, sense of being less than you're meant to be, all of that. So this card makes so much sense on the heels of that message. There's another one in here. So that's why it's time to make the full commitment to being yourself, full commitment to yourself, to your life, and to your divine purpose, to get out of this hell. And your hell might be quite pleasant. You might have a good life, a good spouse, lots of children, a house, whatever. You might be a free spirit living out of a van down by the river or whatever, that stereotypical thing. I mean, your hell might be perfectly beautiful, but it's that feeling that you're unfulfilled no matter what you have in your life, right? Let's see what this is. All people are special and all moments are golden. There is no person and there is no time one more special than the other, right? So what this is saying is we all have a purpose. We all have a purpose. And that is what we're here to do. And so many people feel unfulfilled, feel a lack of joy, no matter how much they have, right? No matter how much they have. That's what I was talking about before this card came out. No matter how much they have, nothing can fill that hole of living the experience of who you are, truly, right? They want one more of these cards, okay? The last one of these ones. What kind of choice is free when to choose one thing over the other brings condemnation? How is free will free when it is not your will, but someone else's, which must be done? Those who teach you this would make a hypocrite of God. All right, so we all have free will. We're all special and have a purpose. We often choose to do things based on what other people want us to do, right? That's why I'm saying there's so many things competing with our divine purpose. There's so many things we're told and we're taught that we should be doing other than our divine purpose, right? Putting food on the table, etc. Not that I don't want you to put food on the table, of course I do, but you know what I mean, right? So you are free. You have the will. You have the free will to choose to commit to yourself, to your life, and your divine purpose. We all do, okay? And when we don't, we feel unfulfilled, and that's a type of hell for us, right? It's really, it's torturous. For some of us, it might be fine. We might just feel numb, just maintain the status quo, go through life feeling numb. Not tortured, but just numb. For some of us, we might think, I have a wonderful life. I'm just being ungrateful, right? I'm being ungrateful. Why should I want more? Why should I think I'm special, right? With this card here, we're all special. All right. What more do you want to say to this group? What cards? What would you like me to use? You want me to use this one? Okay. This is Energy and Spirit Oracle. Let's see what the Energy and Spirit Oracle has to say. This is your card. Currents of emotion, uncontrolled feelings. Okay, let's talk about that. Maybe that's what's keeping us from fulfilling our purposes, our emotions, Our emotions can do a lot, that's for sure. They're very powerful. They can even sometimes override our free will because our emotions dictate what to do, right? Okay. The raging river on this card signals a time of great upheaval with strong, seemingly uncontrollable feelings. You may already be experiencing an emotional situation at work or in your family, or one may be coming your way. You can stave off the problem by taking a logical, objective approach. If you don't get swept away by high emotions, the situation can be short-lived. Perhaps these high emotions have been a way of life for a while. Chronic anxiety or depression can make you feel overwhelmed and get you seriously out of balance. This agitation reduces beneficial attraction, for a raging river can only push things away. It's time to look at your reactions and establish a new way of doing things. Get some clarity about what's actually stimulating these strong feelings. Difficult emotions come from negative thoughts and misinformed beliefs. So calm down, vent your feelings in appropriate ways, and choose more positive thoughts. This will allow you to take the action needed to honor your process and resolve things. So the affirmation here says, I remain balanced and peaceful. I perceive the situations around me with calm clarity, and my actions are tranquil and methodical. Okay, so what's coming up with that is that some of us might be going into a place of blame, blaming all the things that are competing with us for our commitment, right? We could go into that place and we could have strong negative emotions around that. There could be, a spouse or a child or a coworker or a friend or a family member or the universe, or the world or the politicians, the leaders of this world, whatever it is, that we could be having some pretty strong negative feelings about and saying they're the reason why we're not committing to ourselves. How can we? How can we make a commitment to ourselves, right? When we have all these other things going on and competing with us. That's why the free will card came out. You have free will, okay? You can commit to yourself. In the smallest ways even, it can help you, okay? So I feel like what's came up with this is the emotions of feeling wronged, feeling that there's injustice in some way around you. So they want you to look at that and see where that's coming from and why, and try to clear that, okay? And see that, you always have your free will. No one can take it from you, okay? All right, we have two cards that came out together, and it's Family Tree and Sensitivity and Strength. So this tells me that it says expansion, legacy, tapping the forces within. So I don't even have to look at the book I hear for this one. This tells me very clearly that you come from a long family tree of people who are sensitive, that are intuitive, that can tap into the forces within, and are very, very strong. So they want you to remember that you come from this legacy. You're expanding that legacy. That's part of your divine purpose, I believe, right? Is this expansion. And right now we have, I noticed, 143, and then we can go 143. So we have the 143 twice here. So I'm going to see what that message is. Okay, 143. Because it's showing up twice. You have known your guardian angel for lifetimes. Meditate and ask your soul to reveal helpful memories. Beautiful. And yeah, beautiful. You have known your guardian angel for lifetimes. Meditate and ask your soul to reveal helpful memories. Okay? So that's related to this. Ask your guardian angel to help reveal helpful memories. What's causing these emotions? Whatever they might be. They might be, so the very first workshop, energy work thing I ever didn't really know what I was getting into at all. But I went to the workshop. It was myself and 4 other ladies and then the teacher. And the teacher said, and she didn't know what was going to be done that day either. And she said, we're going to deal with the energies of betrayal, anger, fear, and blame. I think it was betrayal, anger, fear, and blame. So, you know, I feel like some of us, we've all had an experience of being betrayed, becoming angry, becoming fearful, and then blaming that person. And we shrink ourselves down in that moment, right? We shrink ourselves down. We start guarding our energy. We start protecting our energy. We start covering ourselves. We start hiding ourselves because we don't want to be betrayed again. We start closing our hearts, right? And going in that negative downward spiral. And I think that's what they're trying to say here is, you know, we stop committing to ourselves and to our life and our divine purpose. We start trying to please others, right? Because we don't want to be betrayed again. We don't want to feel that anger, that fear again. We don't want to be in that position where we're being blamed, or we're blaming someone else for anything. And this can happen in any way. I mean, this could happen when someone passes. We can feel all of those things, right? This can happen. It's basically anything that we've lost. Anytime we've felt the feeling of loss, those things come up, right? We feel betrayed. We feel angry. We feel fearful. We start to blame. We look for something to blame, right? So all of that energy, doing that is what keeps us from committing to ourselves, right? It's not really, interesting. In SRT, spiritual response therapy, one of the things that they teach is that we create these programs in our soul, and we don't create them. It's not the experience we experience that created it. It's our reactions, our emotional reactions to the experience that create the programs. So that's what they're getting at here is, you know, ask your guardian angel to help you uncover helpful memories that you know, experiences that you had that threw you into this state where, you know, you have these uncontrolled feelings and emotions that are negative, that are spiraling you down, and that help you stay stuck, right? Help you stay stuck. Help you not commit to yourself because it feels too scary. Because maybe, you know, at some point you committed to yourself and to your life and to your divine purpose, and then something happened, right? that made you afraid. So that's what they're addressing here. Anything else that you want to say to this group? Yeah. Okay, another energy oracle cards. I'm gonna get these ones out. Hold on. It's the just energy oracle cards. That's it. So let me put the book here so I have it handy if I need it. All right. There we go. Community. Look at that, community. So you might be isolating. And what they're saying is you need to be part of a community, right? You need to be part of a community that helps you focus on committing to yourself, to your life, and to your divine purpose. You know, you need this looks like a, you know, angelic, but a coven of sorts, right? 3 women gathered. Yeah, there's definitely, you need to be part of a community, a spiritual community with the 7 here. You need to be part of a spiritual community that will help you commit to who you are, okay? That's how I'm getting it. They're going to help you commit to who you are. All right, another card here. Walking away. So there might be something you need to walk away from, okay? There might be something you need to walk away from. I'm not going to go into detail with this. You know what it is. It might be a job. It might be a person. It might be the city you're living in. I mean, it could be anything, right? Or it could be, actually, these negative thought patterns. Okay. They're saying that's it. So there could be some of you that have a physical thing that you need to walk away from, but what I'm getting very strongly is it's the negative thought pattern. You need to walk away from that. And this community is going to help you walk away from that, okay? And of course, I can't help but notice the 727, so let's look that up. 727. You are the magician. You are the priestess. You are the connector of realms. The power and presence of heaven are with and within you now. Oh, wow. And I saw 2020 as I finished that, so let's go there. 2020 says, there's an opportunity for you to strengthen your connection with others. The energies of forgiveness and compassion are surrounding both personal and professional relationships. Beautiful. So if you are walking away from any kind of relationship, the energies of forgiveness and compassion are surrounding that, okay? But there's opportunities for you to strengthen your connection with others, to join this community that's going to help you in some way, okay? And then we're going back to the 727. You want me to read it again? You are the magician. You are the priestess. You are the connector of realms. The power and presence of heaven are with and within you now. That's beautiful. Okay, one more. Nope, there it is. Ooh, yes, walk away from your anxiety. That's it. That's what I'm saying, these uncontrollable feelings. Look, she's walking away from her anxiety. This community will help her walk away from them. The community helps you remember who you are. Remember, it helps you let go of this anxiety, these fears, this, focus on betrayal, anger, fear, and blame. This will help you walk away from that. That's what's coming very clear. Walk away from your anxiety, from those negative thoughts, from that pattern, that thought pattern, going down that road. Amazing. You need to walk away from this. And this community will help you. Being part of this community who reminds you that you're the high priestess, that you have the power within, that you're the magician, all those things that the 727 said. Okay? So these opportunities to connect with new people or just with people in this way, it's going to help you walk away from this anxiety. That's so cool. Okay, they want me to look at the 718 now. See what that says. Taking time to focus on your blessings and the miracles you have experienced on your path this far will hold you in a magnetic space to create even more. This is a time to be blessed, and it starts with seeing the love that is already present in your life. Oh, amazing. So walk away from this. Focus on your blessings. Okay? The ones that you've already experienced and the ones that are to come. This is a time to be blessed, and it starts with seeing the love that is already present in your life. So walk away from this. Focus on this. Okay? Focus on tapping in the forces that are within, that your family has a history of being able to do, and maybe they have a history of being anxious and all of that too. But that's that hell. They want you to walk away from that hell, right? It's the opposite of joy. And the way to do that is to commit to yourself. Okay? I'm going to read this prayer again. Archangel Michael, as the angel of courage and confidence, I call upon you to lend me your strength. Allow me to commit to myself, my life, and my divine purpose. Please clearly guide me so I can fully open my heart to every experience. That is your reading. I hope it helped, and I hope that you have a beautiful, beautiful day. Bye-bye for now. Here we go. All right, my group number 2. Let's see what Archangel Michael has to say to you today. For group number 2, what's your message for group number 2, Archangel Michael? There it is. Okay. This situation is already resolved. Beautiful. I give any worries, so this is the prayer. I give any worries, cares, and concerns to you in exchange for true peace in all ways. Thank you for resolving this. You can give the details of whatever situation you're thinking of right now in a divinely perfect way. So I give any worries, cares, and concerns to you in exchange for true peace in all ways. Thank you for resolving this situation with whatever it is for you. in a divinely perfect way. Okay? Beautiful. Beautiful. So there's a situation that you're thinking of, that you're worried about, that you're stressed about, that you're focused on. And Archangel Michael is telling you it's already resolved. So give your worries, cares, and concerns to Archangel Michael in exchange for true peace in all ways, and thank him for resolving this situation, whatever it is, in a divinely perfect way. Okay? We're going to use these cards. They're the Conversations with God cards. So these are just quotes from that book, but that's what we're using today. Let's see what Archangel Michael, what more he wants to say to you about this situation to help you gain perspective. You always get what you create, and you are always creating. I do not make a judgment about the creations that you conjure. I simply empower you to conjure more and more and more. If you don't like what you've just created, choose again. That's the perfect message, right? So this situation is already resolved. You just have to choose again. You don't like this situation? Choose again, right? You are the creator. But give your anxieties, your worries, your cares, and your concerns to Archangel Michael, and give it up to, it being resolved. It's already resolved. You just get to choose again. Just choose differently. So whatever it is, for example, say you're unhappy with, let's use a very, neutral example. So you're unhappy with a coworker. They're driving you crazy for some reason, and you're like, I just want this situation resolved. So understand that you've created this situation. The mirror provides. You've created this situation to see something. If someone's driving you nuts, it's likely something within you that you haven't accepted, forgiven, and loved yet, right? So understand that you were the one that created this situation so that you could see something. Hopefully you'll see it, but regardless, just choose for it to be resolved, choose for it to be resolved in a divinely perfect way, therefore that you can see, to say, what is it that I need to see? Let me see it, and let this situation be resolved, right? And you can create it, because I don't say, I think it's Abraham Hicks talks about, how we use contrast to figure out what we want. So you're like, okay, I created this, don't want that, so I'm choosing something else now. So if it's a toxic situation at work, I created that, I've learned this from it, I see the value in what I created and why I created it, but I've got it, I'm done with it. So I'm choosing to create a peaceful situation at work, right? It's that simple. There's no need to worry about it and stress about it and everything. You can give that up to Archangel Michael and know that the situation's already resolved, because you want it to be resolved, because you want to create something new, right? Okay. God, the Holy Spirit, is being, the disembodiment of all that the Son has experienced of itself. Okay, God, the Holy Spirit, is being, the disembodiment of all that the Son has experienced of itself, the simple exquisite isness possible only through the memory of knowing and experiencing. Okay, so you created this experience because you wanted to know something. You wanted to, be or know something. So like I said, the contrast, right? So you're like, oh, I don't like this. I want to be this instead. So the Son is experiencing the embodiment, the acting out of all that the Father knows of itself. For you cannot be that which you have not experienced. So this is kind of interesting, and those two cards got stuck together. But it's, you are you're here to experience things, and you create things that you want to experience for whatever reason. Like we said, there's no judgment on what you've created. You might have created a situation that you don't like, that was full of conflict, so that you can see what that's like and decide, no, I'm not that person. I want to be a peaceful person. And then you recreate yourself as a peaceful person. Okay. But this is just experiences. This is what this card is saying. These are experiences that you've created for yourself to experience something. So don't judge yourself for it. But if you're done with it and you want the situation resolved, it's resolved. The minute you say, I want it resolved, it's resolved. That's what this is saying here. Okay. Here we go. Within the realm of sublime relationships, nothing which exists has an opposite. All is one, and everything progresses from one to the other in a never-ending circle. So this is, again, the mirror provides. There's a message somewhere in the angel numbers that says, you're the other person, right? So in any situation, anything, know that that other person is you, and you are that other person. You are one. And you've agreed to have this situation, to act out this situation in order, see the acting out of all, right? You've agreed to act out this situation in order to know something, in order, the simple, exquisite isness possible only through the memory of knowing and experiencing. I forgot to say it earlier. Some of you might want to watch group number 1, but because I feel like this is a continuation of that. But yeah, so that's what these cards have to say. Now we want to go to these cards. Is it this one? Yeah, it just fell right out. These are, what are these cards? They are the Energy and Spirit Oracle. It says, right now, in this moment, your soul has again created opportunity for you to be, do, and have what it takes to know who you really are. Your soul has brought you to the words you are reading right now, and it has brought you to the words of wisdom and truth before. What will you do now? What will you choose to be? Yes, this is all about you creating you, right? Actually, that was another one of these cards. I just realized it wasn't the Energy Oracle card. So that's, okay, that's what it wants to put here. All right, so that message is very clear from these cards, is you're creating your life. So the situation is already resolved. As soon as you think, I need this to be resolved, I want this to be resolved, it's already resolved. Then just put your worries, cares, and concerns in Archangel Michael's hands and thank him for resolving it in the most divinely perfect way, okay? But don't judge yourself for what you've created, okay? It's all just experience. All right, now we're using these cards, the Energy Oracle cards. Okay. Are these ones falling out, or are they, or do you want me to cut? They will fall out, okay. Okay, here we go. We've got some that fell out. 3. We go this way. Okay. Elementals, nature, spirits, the 4 elements. Okay, we're going to read them all together. So, prophets and ancient seers, decisions, predictive guidance. Okay. Archangel Raguel, justice, harmony, solutions. Okay, so you have 2 archangels helping you here. 2 archangels helping you with this situation, bringing it to justice, harmony, and solutions. Okay. So here, this is telling me that you, nature is a great way for you to connect to the spirit world, okay? The fairies, the gnomes, just being in nature. So you might want to go into the woods. You might, just get into nature however you can get into nature. Woods especially, so you can connect with the fairies and the nature spirits and the 4 elements to ground yourself. You have this ability. You're one of the, we all have it, but it seems like this is strong in you, this ability to see what's coming. So you have a very, very, very strong intuition, which is probably why you get so anxious and worried and, around these situations that you're thinking about here, this situation that you want resolved. So, but you know that the outcome is up to you. You know this already, right? But you have these two archangels, beautiful archangels, helping you resolve this. All right. So what they've been doing with the numbers today is they want me to look at the 121 and then the 836. So let's look at the 121 first. 121. The universe is here, right here with you. Know that you are more connected to it than ever. And that's what this card is showing you. The universe is right here. Okay, you are connected to it. Okay, know that you are more connected to it than ever. And then 836. And know that you are creating your experiences for a purpose, and there's no judgment. Okay, 836. Your angels are encouraging you to make space for laughter and happiness. Release the serious energy that you have been focusing on, as it is dampening your life and your gifts. Oh, beautiful. So, yes, you've been focused on this situation and the heaviness of it, and you've been focused on the seriousness of it, and, you know, being stressed out about it. And they're saying, lighten up. Give it to the angels. Give it to Archangel Michael and lighten up, because it's blocking these gifts you have. It's blocking these gifts. So you have these two archangels here to help you with this, you know, so you don't have to be so heavy. So they're encouraging you to make space for laughter and happiness. Go out into the woods and play with these fairies, right? Release the serious energy that you have been focusing on, as it is dampening your light and your gifts. Yes, the fairies are very light. You know, they're very mischievous. They're very silly. They're very lighthearted. Yeah, and you're like that. You're like that at your true nature. But this situation, maybe you're dealing with someone who's not like that, and has been, you know, dragging you into a place of being very heavy and serious and etc. And but you're not that person. You're like the fairies, and you're like this, you know, you have this lightness about you, and you have these gifts, but it's being dimmed by the heaviness and the darkness of this situation. So give it up. But you created it for a reason, you know. Even if the reason is just to see, I don't want to be like that, right? That could be the reason. All right, last deck that they want me to use today. These are energy oracle cards. What do you want to say with these cards? There we go. We have the first one. Envy. Ooh. So this situation might be someone envies you. They might envy your gifts, actually, even. They see, and they may envy your fairiness, you know, your lightheartedness, your silliness, your fairy-like being, and your you know, your psychic gifts and your intuitive gifts. So perhaps, you know, that's what's happening in this situation, is they envy you. Maybe they envy your confidence. Maybe they envy whatever it is, and and maybe, you know, they're mirroring that to you. You might envy someone else's something, and you might not see all of your gifts and all of your joy that there is to be had and happiness that there is to be had, because you're busy envying someone else. So that might be what this person is showing you, or this situation is showing you, right? What else? Okay, I thought there was going to be two cards, but just the one came up. Anxiety. That's what's causing your anxiety. You really do need to watch number one, because this card came out and I feel like it's a continuation. So yeah, so they want you to let this, see what the situation is showing you, you know, around envy and anxiety, and just let it go. Give it to Archangel Michael to resolve the situation and to, yeah, look at this. When you do, see, you're envying the abundance of someone else, but you need to let your anxiety and envy go. That's what this situation is showing you. Let your anxiety and envy go. Give it up. That's not who you are. That's not, you know, that's not you. And then you'll receive the cornucopia that you're meant to receive. Beautiful. So now we're going to look at these numbers here. We have 102 and 811. So let's look at 102. Take time to know that the stronger your relationship with yourself, the stronger your connections will be with God, angels, and others. Okay? So know that. So this is about helping you get connected to yourself even more. And then 8 and 11, your path is opening up. Everything is in perfect alignment for your dreams to become a reality. Yes. With this cornucopia, that's your dreams becoming a reality. So thank yourself for creating this situation to show yourself, how you envy others and how that causes stress and anxiety, and it's dimming your light, it's dimming your abilities, it's making you small, right? And so you're seeing that. You created this situation to see that. Now give it to Archangel Michael. Say, I don't need this anymore. I don't need this situation anymore. Thank Archangel Michael for resolving this in the most divinely perfect way. And let go of that so you can have your cornucopia here. Okay? That is your message. I hope it helps. And I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day. Bye for now. All right. Message from Archangel Michael for group number 3. What do you have to say to group number 3 today? Bear with me because it is going to fall out, but there's not very many cards here, so it's weird to shuffle them. There it is. Okay. Sense of humor. Good. I feel like this follows group number 1 or group number 2, and I feel like group number 2 followed group number 1. So if you want to watch them all, it's very cool. All right. The prayer. Thank you for helping me see the humor in this situation so I can lovingly laugh at human nature. I am willing to view my experience in a new light in order to attract love and healing energy. All right, so whatever situation you have in mind, they want you to see it with a sense of humor, okay? So ask Archangel Michael to help you see it with a sense of humor, all right? So that you can lighten up, laugh at human nature, and be willing to view and experience a new light in order to attract love and healing energy. Okay? So the next messages are going to come from this deck, which is the Conversations with God deck. It's a book. It's a very popular book. You may or may not have read it, but this is quotes from that book, and that's what we're using today. And so far, they've been perfect. This one, okay? Your soul doesn't care what you do for a living, and when your life is over, neither will you. Your soul cares only about what you're being while you're doing whatever you're doing. All right? So, yeah, if there's something about your work or your job, if there's something that, if you're focused on something like that, your soul doesn't care. It doesn't care what you're doing. It cares who you're being. Okay? Masters are those who have chosen only love in every instance, in every moment, in every circumstance. Even as they were being killed, they loved their murderers. Even as they were being persecuted, they loved their oppressors. Okay. I'm going to get one more card that goes with that. It is when the going gets tough that you so often forget who you are and the tools I have given you for creating the life that you choose. So this is saying you can always choose love, no matter what situation there is, okay? Choose humor, too, but you can always choose love. So, love and forgiveness. So this says, for most of your life, you've lived at the effect of your experiences. Now you're invited to be the cause of them. That is what is known as conscious living. That is what is called walking in awareness. So this says, we don't care what you do. Your soul doesn't care what you do for a living. It doesn't care what you do. It cares who you're being while you're doing whatever you're doing. This says choose love, choose forgiveness. Don't forget who you are. You are love, right? Then this says you've been thinking that your experiences, you've been living a life reacting to your experiences. Now you're being invited to cause your experiences, okay? And live consciously and walk in awareness. The next card that came out was go first to your highest thought about yourself. Imagine the you that you would be if you lived that thought every day. Imagine what you would think, do, and say, and how you would respond to what others do and say. Do you see any difference between the projection and what you think, do, and say now? So, yeah, to think, to create consciously and to walk in awareness, stay in that highest thought of yourself, which is love, right? You are love. You are here to love and be loved. It says if I wanted for you something other than what you want for you, and then went so far as to cause you to have it, where is your free choice? How can you be a creative being if I am dictating what you shall be, do, and have? My joy is your freedom, not your compliance. So God is basically saying here, it's your choice, You do what you want to do. You be what you want to be. I can't make you do this, okay? I can't make you do this. So this is up to you to create consciously. From your highest thought of yourself is what God is suggesting, but can't make you do that, right? Can't make you do that. So here we go. But have a sense of humor about it. Don't be so heavy. Like we get into this heavy space when we go here, right? Manifestation should be happy and playful and joyful and creative, right? So don't, just keep your sense of humor in life. If you happen to create something that's not so fun, find the fun in it. Find the humor in it. I have an example that they want me to share. I worked at a place in an office, and there was a gentleman that worked there who was very facetious and very nitpicky, and he had his own OCD, and no one could work with him. People struggled working with him, and they would take everything so offensively, and they would get very upset at him, and I could see why. He was a nitpicker, and he was, his own OCD, dictated how he needed things to be done that, you don't always agree with someone else's OCD, right? But anyways, so I chose to see going to work every day while I was in that job as being part of a sitcom. And he was a sitcom character in my life. And he was hilarious when he was a sitcom, when I saw him as a sitcom character in my life. And I was, I saw my work, I did my work and I did it well, but I still saw going to work and the environment I was in as a sitcom. And therefore I found it very funny when he did things, right? He did some things that like just weird, odd things. I have my own OCD. I like my desk to be clear and clean and not have any weird trinkets on it. He likes to surround himself with a bunch of weird things in my opinion. So one day he brought this, little bobbly head guy that when the sun comes out, he bobbles or something. I don't know what it was. Anyways, he put it on my desk, right? And, I did not want that on my desk. I just thought, oh my God, that's going to drive me crazy. I don't want that on my desk. But here's this person and he wants to give me something and he has no idea, if he just looked at how I organized my desk, he would see that didn't fit in. And maybe he just wanted to impose himself a little bit, which is how some people would see it, like he's imposing on me. But I just laughed because I was like, this is, the sitcom I'm in. And this is a perfect skit for a sitcom, Here I have my OCD where I want things clean and clear and I don't want any weird trinkets on my desk. And here's my coworker who has all these weird trinkets and he's putting one on my desk. And, I'm having a reaction to it. And, I could see it as a sitcom and how funny this would be from an outside perspective if you were watching it and, watching the interaction between us and etc. So, lighten up. It always helps, right? If you can have a sense of humor about something, it's always going to help you. So, all right, now we can get these cards. These are the Energy and Spirit Oracle cards. All right. And I saw the guy with love. I did. I saw that instead of seeing him as being an annoyance and him giving me that bauble and imposing on me, I saw it as a loving gesture. He also would bring me like cheese buns that I didn't want, right? Excuse me. But, he went to this cafe and they would always give him an extra cheese bun. So every day he would give me a cheese bun. And that was an act of love that he was giving me. It could become very annoying to someone, especially if you're on a diet and you don't want a cheese bun, right? But I just accepted the cheese bun. I didn't always eat it. Sometimes I brought it home to my husband, whatever. He was trying to show love in his way. And so I chose to see it as that. And I chose to see it as very funny and comical, right? So we always have the choice, right? All right, here we go. These cards. What do you want to see with these cards? Archangel Michael. Okay, there's our 3 cards. 3 cards, I think it is. Yeah. This one first? Okay. Okay. Releasing difficulty. Coming up from the depths. Yes. By having a sense of humor. Right? Archangel Phanuel. I don't know how to say that. Hope, optimism, new beginnings. Yes. Beautiful. And then soulful appreciation, heartfelt gratitude. Yes, yes. So these are the tools that you've been given, to release the difficulty, have a sense of humor about it, have hope, optimism, and that creates new beginnings, and have heartfelt gratitude. So like I said, in my situation with my coworker, I made a choice to release the difficulty and to focus on the humor and the love, and, to be optimistic about it. And, it created new beginnings, for me and for the coworker. We got along, and when I left, he was sad to see me go. Usually he wasn't sad to see the others go. So in that position, so and I did. I had a lot of gratitude for that position, and for what that situation taught me, right? So that is beautiful. Interesting. Today they've been doing some things with the numbers that are different. Because we have the zeros here, I'm seeing the 623 stand out. Okay, 623. Let's see what that says. There's a feeling of moving up and moving on around you. Any blocks to communication and understanding are being removed. Yes, beautiful, beautiful. All right, this is the next one. Whoop, there we go. We have 2 cards that come out right away. First one, doors to spirit are opening for you. Goddess of the moon. Okay, so the moon is important. And let's see the last one. We're going to get one more. They want me to take this one. Anxiety. This relates it back to the other 2. So interesting. Door to spirit is opening. Goddess of the moon. And anxiety is over there. So this whole reading has been about releasing fear, doubts, anxieties, okay? Giving them to Archangel Michael so that Archangel Michael can handle that for you. So door to spirit, open yourself to Archangel Michael, Archangel Phanuel. With this card, the Goddess of the Moon card, actually, that is the one that's on the front, and so I'm hearing go to the book and read about the Goddess of the Moon. So there's tools here. This is about giving you tools to connect with spirit and to release this anxiety. What was there? There was something about releasing difficulty. That's what this is talking about, that anxiety. Okay, so let me go to the Goddess of the Moon card. It's number 52. I think that, okay, here we go. This card shows an eternal spirit holding the bright reflective moon and standing in front of the crystal clear waters of a sparkling waterfall. Reminds me of the star card in tarot. Her arms are stretched upward, receiving the light of the moon, the light of inspiration. This card is all about intuition, the ability to receive insights from your soul's point of view. Receiving the card upright tells you that you have the power to get intuitive information on all types of issues, and now is time to use it. The Goddess of the Moon brings you all sorts of information, from the mundane to the spectacular. For instance, you could get the urge to take a different route home from work and find out later that you've avoided a 3-hour traffic jam. Or you might have an idea for a great invention, a stock investment, or a spell-binding novel. This card could also indicate a significant blossoming of psychic ability and mediumship, even on a professional level. You're always blessed with this ability to connect, but this card is telling you that now is the perfect time to open up. Get ready for the amazing inspirations this brings. Okay. The affirmation is, I have a strong intuitive voice. I freely receive guidance, and I understand and trust the messages I receive. Beautiful. So yes, there's a door to spirit. As you lighten up about whatever, everything, anything and everything, and whatever situation you came here thinking about, as you lighten up, the door to spirit is opening, and the goddess of the moon is saying, you have these abilities to connect, right? It's the anxiety that's been holding you back. It's the doubts, the fears, the anxiety. This is what they want you to release, okay? And they're giving you tools of how to release it. Sense of humor. Have a sense of humor about it all, okay? I'm going to read 32 from the book as well. So let me go there. 32. About this door to spirit. This door opens onto the expansive energetic realm where all new beginnings originate. So the orbs, so you can create this new beginning, right? If you don't like the situation you've been creating, you can create the new beginning. The orbs of light are guiding you through the clouds of the earthly world, leading you to a deeper understanding of your eternal identity, the source of all true value and power. This door opens onto truly unlimited potential, for the changes that happen here reach deep into the core of your being. As such, this card often heralds your increasing powers in the spiritual arts and a deepening connection with the spirit world. Don't be surprised if you find yourself becoming more intuitive, more aware of spirit's presence, or more powerful in your own healing practices. Now is the time to open up the unexpected guidance and inspiration of your spirit, and to the magic and power of your true identity. That's who you are, right? So the affirmation here is, I relax and connect with my spirit's wisdom and power. I live in peace that my spirit brings, and I know the world of spirit supports me. And when you know that, it's much easier to have this sense of humor and let go of all this anxiety, right? All right, now we're doing 5, 2, 3. 5, 2, 3. Yeah. 5, 2, 3. Yeah. That's how they want me to read that. We're doing 5, 2, 3, and then 218. So 5, 2, 3 first. Let me find it here. You're stepping forward and stepping up. Know that you are on the right path. So this new beginning is the right path, right? I mean, you're always on the right path, but you're continuing on the right path, but you're stepping forward and stepping up on it, okay? And the new beginning is having a sense of humor, lightening up, right? So 218. You're being encouraged to take a leap of faith and trust what lights you up. Yes, trust what lights you up. That's important. The number 5757 showed itself, and that's the second time today. So I'm going to look up 57 times 2 for you. Belief makes manifest. Imagine what you are asking for is already in your hands and life. So believe in your power to create, right? Believe in your power to create. And believe in your free will to create whatever it is that you want, right? But you're being encouraged to go first to your highest thought about yourself, not your lowest, okay? To release this anxiety, this fear, this doubt, and just believe in yourself and your ability to connect to spirit and your ability to create the life you choose and to use your intuitive abilities however you choose, and healing abilities however you choose, okay? But enjoy it. Have a sense of humor while you're doing it. It should be fun, all right? That's your message. I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.